Alright, I wanted to talk real briefly about the new nickel-clad weapons in the shield, and then showcase sort of a setup that I sort of thought of and employed. I'm going to be using Wing Weaver, which is going to be the most optimal way to go. But any like 4-hit armors are going to be able to take advantage. It's just not going to have the extra heal resist that I'll be using. But for this video, and I normally don't play warrior builds, but for this specific video, because I think I like to maximize specific synergies and setups, and so I feel like that basically the warrior version of backlash build is maybe the best way to go for this specific setup. So basically strength, endurance, and charisma. And what I'm going to be doing here is, first of all, I'll showcase the weapon. Now, the magic weapon does the same thing as the melee and ranged, except the specials that they have. The magic version is a 20% proc, and the melee and ranged ones are 37.5%. So the melee and ranged weapons are a lot better in that regard. But what they do here, let's see here. I'm just going to go ahead and dismiss everybody. Now on the surface, let's see here. Make sure you get the weapon. Okay, so on the surface, you're going to have a basic hit point and SP heal. The way this works is kind of similar to the communicant weapons as far as its healing system goes. It's the MP and SP healing system. This one is hit points and SP. So essentially the way this is going to work is you're going to get a baseline heal. It does both if both are below 80%. So let's see here. Let's do Essence Orb. Let's get that down, and then what I'll do is buff a lot a couple times here. And then so on the surface here, what you're going to see is I'm just going to attack. Hopefully it'll do the 4-hit attack, and you'll see both of them slightly heal, as you can see. So let's go to the battle log, and then let's see what we ended up healing for here. Alright, so we did 54 hit points and 48 SP per landed hit, since both of them were low. That's not too bad. On a 4-hit attack, you're talking about, what is that, 216 hit points, 192 SP. In this particular armor, I have barrier mode on. It gave me a 485 barrier. So that's what it does in a nutshell. But if hit points are above 80% full, then it will actually not heal hit points, and it'll double the SP. So if I had full hit points, SP instead of 48 would have been 96 per turn. So that you have 96 times 4. So you're approaching almost 400 SP healed. So that's about 384, I guess. So that's not too bad. That is only when this thing procs, though. On its 37.5 special. Let's see here. Let's do it again. When it says the weapon's energy flares, that's when the special procs, and that's when you're getting these amounts. When it doesn't proc, you're getting much less. If you notice here, it says 14 and 12. That's per hit. So basically, get these real tiny heals, and then until it actually procs. That's why like in that time it procced again. That's why the 37.5 proc for the melee and ranged variants are so good. So now SP is starting to get pretty high. So let's see what happens with just hit points here. So now we have 27. So SP didn't heal, so that amount that showed for hit point earlier doubled. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't know if... Okay, so I guess what happens is mid attack. Let's see. So I healed hit points, it doubled, so it got to 80%, and then the next hit, because hit points was finally at 80%, it doubled SP, which is pretty neat. So it can actually change in mid attack. So in this example, I got to 80%, and then it doubled the SP heal to 96 on the rest of the hits. Alright, now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and from here I'm going to show this stack. Just before I do that, so the magic weapon does the same thing, it just has a lower rate. However, in my opinion, SP heal based weapons are pretty uncommon, and they're usually based on damage, and they're usually like 5% of damage with the SP heal mod. This is actually going to wind up, the magic version is going to wind up a little bit better in certain instances. So from that standpoint, I think that it's the best SP heal weapon. Potentially, you do have a Nith's Fang that can maybe, I think it caps roughly around 250 SP. This thing will be able to do more, provided your hit points are more than 80%, as well as a 4-hit armor, and the special, the 20 proc special, happens. And it's not a proc per hit, it's just once the attack begins. So it's pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and mount up here, and then now I'm going to do some heal resist. Stacking along with this. So now I've moved over to this. And then the shield is the other thing here. So let me go to a different armor so if we can see the shield a little better. So that's the shield. It's 12.5 heal resist. It's just a standard shield, defends against energy, and then has the 12.5 heal resist. It's not going to show here. The one that's showing there is based on Wingweaver's skill. And then I'm using Order of Terror and Horror Mist, which is another 12.5 heal resist, but it also has Panic Potence. Now, the reason why I'm using this specific misc instead of something else, I'll get to in a moment, to show off the total idea for those that have Wingweaver. So, come back over to Wingweaver. And so right now I have 37.5 heal resist. So what I'm hoping for here is with the 37.5 heal resist, and this works because I have a barrier. So once I obtain or maintain 80% or more hit points, the barrier should protect me from losing that. So it should stay on SP mode. Now you could probably do this with other 4-hit armors like beast modes of the sub-races. You're just not going to get the 12.5 heal resist from the armor unless they make one in the future. So you'll only be at 25% in that regard. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is just attack, and I'm hoping it'll proc, and you'll just see a pretty massive amount of SP. Let's see what happens. Oh, I need to go to dismount mode first, sorry. Alright, let's see what we can get. So 395 to 478. So we're getting, with the heal resist stack, we're getting 33 SP now per hit. So you're getting 120, 132 per turn maximum. But wait until it procs. Let's see what we get. Alright. So in this example, we got 132 per hit. So if all 4 hits land, you're getting over 500 SP. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go to the total idea that I've been using. So I am going to actually bring out this pet. I do think this pet is pretty bad, but I also think that there might be some case usages for it. Like if you're using it for other MP heal or SP heal scenarios to stack more, then okay, I think it's fine. And then I'm going to be using Summon Creature 72. Now, I'm using the MP Upkeep version, and the reason why is because every turn I'm going to begin healing MP. So eventually this pet is going to pay for the MP upkeep of my guest. So as a beast warrior, this is one way to offload into MP upkeep and just maintain your SP for other things and not let your guest completely sort of dictate or eat into your SP. And it works fairly well. There is going to be a turn delay where the guest will go, but the regen will kick in. So you may lose one turn for your guest, but afterwards it's usually pretty good. So again, I want to start off by giving myself a permanent heal resist. I'm probably going to go ahead and Prime Chaos Orb over. Make sure wind is a little bit better here. Alright, that's 80%, that's okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is come back over to my Order in Terror. I should have the same shield, right? Okay, so now I've got my 37.5 heal resist. And for the record, for warriors anyways, I guess you could carry this weapon for heal spells as a mage, but you could also equip Oath of Desire, and now you're actually up to 150% heal resist. I think this is the largest amount possible with items currently. So you got your Misk, shield, and weapon, and now you have this from the armor. You could get an Angelic Robes, and this would do the same thing. You're going to end up with 150%. So maybe casting a heal spell with that setup should result in some pretty good results. You can also grab this setup, and then your Essence Orb healing should be better. I'm up to 122 SP, 122, 199 on the naturally strong boost there. So as you can see, the heal resist stack is helping out. So I've got my Misk, heal resist, and it's panic potence. So what I'm going to be doing is combining panic with the panic potence from the guest, and the pet is helping me offload cost to MP, and so I'm not using as much SP. I may end up healing hit points here for a second, just to make sure I still have barrier mode. So I'm going to be trying to do barriers, which is enhanced by both my heal resist and my panic stack. So once I'm able to heal back up, I don't think this monster is going to, even though it's an earth monster, I don't think this monster is going to be able to hurt me too much. 96% to earth, you would think I'd get blown up. And I might for a couple of turns until panic starts to sort of stick. But as you can see, SP and HP both healed pretty good. So we're at, let's see, a little bit of a dodgy monster. See if I can give myself some BTH and some damage, even though burial mode's not going to supply a lot of damage. And as you can see, the pet's regen is actually helping me with a little bit more SP. It's giving my MP bar a full heal so that the creature can go. And then with this SP basically constantly being regenerated, if I wanted to get out of the SP or the MP version, I could, just to equip Shadow Feeder Pendant, because it's going to be an MP upkeep. Or if you want to, you can maybe get your celerity from Shield Cake, and then let's try that a couple times real quick. So it's eating through my barrier now. So let's do this. Celerity, come back to the shield. So now I'm going to go twice. 976 barrier already. With the Panic Potence Misc, Panic is dropping each turn, little by little. So it's going to make it more and more difficult to get through this barrier. So even though this monster is a level 155 monster and doing earth attacks, and I'm weakest to earth, I'm able to pretty much maintain healing and SP. So now it's only really doing a couple hundred damage to me now. So I'll go from 1461, let's see what happens, to 1240, so it's about 200 and change. A little bit time consuming. Wind element's not the greatest. But as you can see, even though I'm weak to earth, I don't have an earth shield, I'm a wind armor. On paper, I should be getting blown up. So you can only imagine what this is able to do versus more optimal monsters. This is one of the least optimal you can do. My barrier is up to 3055. And I don't have the Wingweaver weapon equipped right now, but with that much barrier, you basically get a free nuke in the armor, and I could just finish him off if I wanted to. One of the things I have equipped with me is Rising Nightmare if I need a bigger heal. So now I've given myself SP to pay for this, and this one will eat panic. So we have a panic stack there. So the panic is going to, looks like it was removed, and I've given myself that heal. So you're going to get a little bit of a trade-off, but I still do have 2245 barrier. And then I'll begin my panic stack over, provided that it inflicts. Not having luck is helping the monster out for this, but it's not needed. As you can see, it's not really being able to do anything to me. And again, 37.5% clip. I'm getting over 500 SP heal, provided all hits land. And here I am with 3 full resource bars against a level 155 Earth monster, and I'm supposedly weak to Earth. These Nickelclad weapons are very, very good. The shield actually allows you to stack more heal resistance. So it's a very, very good shield for those that like that. And then again, just the synergy all around allowed me to go against something that I should probably get beat by, and I ended the battle completely full.